Yeah, I'll always be a metalhead. Nothing can take that away from me.
Right.
I mean, not jail, not people, not religion, not anything. I'll always be a metalhead. Metalhead leads you all life.
You're listening to the Great Metal Debate Podcast.
The Great Metal Debate Podcast is back with another album review. This time we've got the debut self-titled album from Catalyst Crime. Catalyst Crime describe themselves as cinematic symphonic metal. And when we get into the album, we can discuss the ways that does and doesn't capture their music. Generally, however, I'd say I'm not a huge fan of the cinematic descriptor, in part because I'm not really clear on what that word is trying to communicate. Like, I understand epic metal, orchestral metal, even soundscape metal, but the term cinematic is literally about the visual scope, so it's a head-scratcher for me. I digress. Catalyst Crime has assembled an impressive group of musicians for the recording of this album, composed of vocalist Zoe Marie Federoff, formerly of Insatia, Jonah Weingarten from Pyramaze on keys, drummer Gerit Lamm of Xandria, guitarist Christopher Zoupa, and Kaelen Sarakinis, as well as bassist Matt Federoff. The project is produced by Alex Krull of Leaves' Eyes and the underrated death metal band Atrocity through his Mastersound Studios. Let's dive in and talk about it. The album begins with a fairly lengthy instrumental orchestral intro track, which segues into the first proper song, Projection of My Mind. Sandwiched between a soft intro and outro, the band delivers plenty of snappy power metal vibe on this one. Lots of color and tempo here, giving the listener a real feel for what is to come. The second track and first single off the album is Condemn Me to Chaos. While I would nitpick with some elements of this song, the melody line is so incredibly strong as to overwhelm any shortcomings that might be present. Very memorable and earwormy, but not in a lame pop sensibility way. You'll definitely find yourself singing along to this one. Catalyst Crime's brand of symphonic metal is very heavy on keyboards, much more so than the background orchestration, and includes even some key lead breaks, of which I'm a huge fan. More of these metal bands, please. I'm also a fan of Zoe Marie Federoff's vocals, which I was familiar with from her previous band, Insatia. She has her own unique sound that admittedly may take some listeners a while to acclimate to. There's a touch of dissonant pitch to her voice that is different but strangely compelling. In addition to an array of clean classical and rock singing styles she employs, Zoe forays into harsh vocals on a number of songs, at times evincing almost a black metal shriek. Moving in no real order through the rest of the track list, Cognitive Dissonance has a spooky, Tim Burton-esque feel. And okay, I realize here maybe there is something to the cinematic metal tag, as well as a beautiful trade-off between the complementary male and female vocals. Toward the album end, Not Even Once is definitely a winning track with moderate pacing and a bit different sound with the vocal delivery. I could see this one being even better live than on record. There's plenty of good tracks, and I'm definitely not going to do them all justice here. Break Even is a solid up-tempo song featuring an epic chorus and really cool guitar riffs. As or More Aggressive is Without Anesthesia, perhaps my favorite track on the entire album. The chorus presents a cacophony of sounds. It's kind of sonically cluttered and maybe not even that well composed, but perhaps the imperfection makes it beautiful to me, because I loved it. There's just one real ballad in the mix, Chasing the Ghost, which I found enthralling with a beautiful interplay between the guitar and piano. The song Twice Upon a Time is also somewhat ballad-ish, having a slower tempo but also really well-developed building of sound and contrast between the instruments. Although I had a few issues here and there, the album overall is very strong. There's no filler material at all, albeit I'm not sure there was any single track that reached epic status. Catalyst Crime is the kind of vibrant, positive, and engaging album I want to have available on a long car drive where I can listen through the diversity of the entire length uninterrupted. One final note, and I'm usually a strong defender of the Metal Archives folks and their, I think, proper gatekeeping function for metal and reminding fans that there are boundaries to the genre. But for the life of me, I don't understand their, to date at least, sidelining of Catalyst Crime. If the criteria are metal riffs, Catalyst Crime should be in. I'm pretty good at sniffing out hard rock masquerading as melodic metal, and this isn't it. Maybe they're getting to it, and I hope they do. They definitely should. This is a metal album and band, and a damn good one at that. The debut self-titled album from Catalyst Crime is available October 22nd from Massacre Records in CD Digipack as well as digital formats. Give it a listen.